Thanks very much, everybody, for joining me once again. Saj Sadek here, bringing you another exclusive interview for PakPassion. Absolutely delighted to be joined by an old friend of mine, somebody who played 2 test matches for Pakistan, 62 ODIs, 57 T20Is. Amazing domestic cricket record as well, 310 first-class wickets, 205 List A wickets, and he knows how to take T20 wickets, 389 of those, part of the 2009 Pakistan World Cup T20 World Cup winning squad. And not only his bowling, but his batting was also pretty good as well in domestic cricket. 5 first-class hundreds, 14 first-class 50s. And, you might have thought that he stopped playing, but he's still out there, he's still playing in T20 leagues and still taking wickets. Most recently, he's been playing in the Nepal Premier League. Absolute pleasure to be joined by Sohail Tanvir. Sohail bhai, hope you're doing well. Yeah, all good, thanks, Sohail bhai. I hope you're having fun out there in Canada at the moment.
Yeah, it's snowy strong today, man. You got me on a right day, man.
Sohail bhai, you're somebody who knows T20 cricket very well, having played all around the world in many different leagues, and obviously the big T20 tournament is going to be starting very shortly. The T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka. Obviously, Pakistan have announced their squad recently, the T20 squad. What do you make of the strengths and weaknesses of the squad, please?
Well, Sajbhai looks a good squad to me, to be honest. I mean, considering the available options, the good thing, and for me, I think I'm quite pleased seeing Usman Tariq in the squad, because they were talk whether he'll be in the 15 or reserve. So I was quite shocked. People who are considering him to be in the reserve, because I think he's going to be the key. Because he's very unorthodox. I mean, I remember my days when I was sent to South Africa in 2007. The idea behind was that nobody has. I mean, obviously Usman Tariq. I mean, he played a bit of cricket, and lots of players have seen him, but seeing on TV and actually playing is totally different. So I think it's a good idea to have him, and I'm really looking forward him bowling for Pakistan in World Cup. And I think if Pakistan going to win the World Cup, Usman Tariq and Ibrar and the spinners, they're going to be the key for Pakistan. And Shadab and Nawaz as an all-rounder. I think Nawaz was exceptional in last 6 months. If you look at his bowling, not only bowling, and he contributed in batting as well. So I think that's the strongest point for Pakistan, having so much luxury in spin department and all-rounder department. Because we're playing in Sri Lanka, and obviously we're not playing in India, but India and Sri Lanka. So if we were playing in Australia or England with this squad, I would have, then it would have been different. But considering I have played a lot of cricket in Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka pitches, they offer good assistance to spinners and then seam bowlers as well.
Yeah,
It's good to have Naseem and Shaheen, and I'm very pleased that Centreville they have Salman Mirza, because I love this guy. I mean, a year ago I've seen him playing in a club tournament in Karachi. I went there and I played, and I saw him there, and he looked so much improved bowler, and I started talking about him. And then he made into Pakistan team, and since then he's been doing really well. The good thing about him, he's not a limited bowler. He can bowl with a new ball, he can swing the ball, he offers variation, and even in the death, he's not only new ball bowler, he can bowl good death overs as well. So that make him a good choice. So I think bowling wise we are very good, but batting obviously going to be a concern. If I look at the balance, I think bowling wise we're very strong, and weakness it would be batting.
Well, just on the batting front there, Sohail bhai, I mean, the strike rates, I think, of our batters is the biggest concern, because you look at the batters and you think, who's going to give you that X factor? Who's going to smack the ball around for, like, Abhishek Sharma has recently, or we see Glenn Maxwell do, or Joss Butler for England, and, Daryl Mitchell and these guys in New Zealand side. Who's going to hit the 50 runs off 20 balls for Pakistan? I think that's the biggest concern, isn't it?
If we need 50 runs in the last 3-4 overs, I think we have enough resources. Like, not a one guy, like you talked about Tim David or Nick Marsh, or there are a few others around the globe. But as I said, Shadab, Mohammad Nawaz, and Fahim, they can contribute in 15, 20s, and Pakistan can score those 50 runs in the later part. I'm not worried about that later part, but main concern is from number 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's the concern for Pakistan, because that's where, if you see the strike rates, as you said, they're not really, they're good, but not according to what the other world is doing right now. I mean, 150, 140 is the benchmark strike rate for the batters right now.
Yeah.
Before, like, if you go back 2-3 years or 4 years maybe, then 120, 125. But cricket has evolved tremendously, and very quickly. Now, but the good thing with this lineup, the only thing is good, because we're playing in slowish Sri Lankan pitches, and the power score is not going to be 200 or 180. It's not going to be high scoring venues. One odd matches maybe, but usually if you look at the average scores in Sri Lankan grounds, it's going to be 160, 170. So that gives Pakistan batting lineup an edge, that we don't have to have so many explosive batsmen to achieve that 170, and we have good enough bowling to defend 170. So I think, considering the condition, we have enough resources to do well in the tournament.
What do you make of Babar Azam's inclusion? Obviously, he struggled recently at the Big Bash League. We know what happened there. Sri Lankan pitches very different, probably more suited to Babar's batting. But if you look at his record overall, certainly recently his strike rate hasn't been up there. But whilst 160, 170 might be par scores, Sohail Bhai, do you think it's the correct decision to include him in there? And what do you want to see from Babar at this T20 World Cup?
I think yes. As I said earlier, I mean, the condition suits his style of batting. You need someone like Babar who can play the anchor role. Nowadays, I mean, people don't consider an anchor role in T20 cricket, but I think in Sri Lanka, or maybe playing in Bangladesh, you still need that anchor role in your team. But as you said, BBL, I knew it's not going to be easy for Babar to score runs, because that's the place where you need to be at top of your game, scoring around 160, 170 strike rate if you're a top or a batsman. So that's not Babar's game. So I knew he's going to struggle there, and Babar is not the one who hits sixes. He rely on his cricketing shots, and in Australian pitches, I think it's quite difficult to score runs unless you have that power to clear those big boundaries, right? So if Babar plays in South Africa, or as he played in Australia, or even if he plays the 100 or the what you call the T20 tournament in UK, I think he won't get that success. But if he plays in subcontinent, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and I'm talking about the league cricket, even ILT20, he will get success, because those pitches suits his batting style and gives him that luxury to take a bit of time, get settled, and then score runs, right? But the countries I just mentioned, they don't give you time. You need to be on top of your game from ball one and striking, because power scores there are 200.
Yeah.
So I knew that Babar will struggle in Big Bash, but that doesn't make him a bad player, But when it comes to Pakistan, playing for Pakistan, his role is different. He has people like Fakhr Zaman is there, and the good inclusion of Khaja Nafe, the way he play fearless cricket. I He carries on the way he plays. And then we have Saim. Yes, his form is not that great as well lately. He's not been among the... I mean, he scored a bit of runs, but not consistently and not fluently, what he used to do. So his form is concerned as well. But he has, the bottom line, Babar has few players around him who can take charges. And again, I will emphasize that the condition will allow him to take a bit of time, and he can play his own anchor game, scoring 50s on 35 balls, and then he can maybe, accelerate later on.
So, as an experienced T20 player yourself, you've played in Sri Lanka on many occasions, international and shorter formats as well in T20 leagues, etc. As I said, the conditions are not easy in Sri Lanka, especially for wicket keepers, Sohail Bhai, and Pakistan have gone with what many people feel are part-time wicket keepers, or certainly wicket keepers who are not regular wicket keepers. Do you think that's a bit of a risk?
Indeed it is. I mean, it's not the ideal choice or ideal scenario for, yes, it would have been ideal a keeper who can bat well, but when it comes to Rizwan, Rizwan and Babar, in modern day cricket, people believe that it's not ideal to have both in one lineup. So there's no question mark on ability of Rizwan as a wicketkeeper. But when it comes to batting, so as I said, it's not ideal. But if you have to and it's not the first time we did that. I mean, we used to keep with Umar Akmal because he was a good batsman. So, it's going to be tough as a wicketkeeper, whoever keep, whether it's Nafe or Farhan, and then obviously Osman is a good keeper, but let's see what the team management plan is. I mean, who they're going to pick. If it is Nafe or Farhan as a keeper, I think it's going to be tough on a spinning pitches. I mean, keeping is not easy. So let's see what management think, but obviously it's not the ideal. But as I said, considering the available option, I think they made a good call.
And what about some of the players who've missed out? You can only pick 15 players, so some players have to miss out. The likes of Haris Rauf, Mohammad Wasim Jr., Hassan Nawaz, Sufyan Mukim. Can they feel a little bit hard done by, or is it fair enough to leave those guys out?
Well, I think Haris and Wasim were very close, or maybe Wasim Jr. was very close to get picked. He must be feeling, it's tough for everyone, whoever misses the World Cup. It's obviously the biggest tournament in cricket, playing a World Cup for your country, whether it's 50 over World Cup or T20 World Cup. So obviously player will be heartbroken, but as you said, only 15 can be picked, and someone will definitely miss out. Haris, as I said, on pitches which are slow, if you offer pace, it's easier to bat. You know what I mean? That's why Haris gets success, a lot of success in Australia, because Australian pitches, if you're a pace bowler, like quick, genuine quick, you get assistance, you get bounce. That's why whenever he plays, whether it's playing in Big Bash or playing for Pakistan, he always gets success. But when he plays on a slow pitches, he goes for run, because he offers so much pace, and on a slow pitches, batsman is looking for pace. So I think not having Haris in Sri Lanka, it makes sense to me. Wasim Jr., obviously, he's a good death ball bowler who can bowl good yorkers. But if Wasim Jr. was there, then one of spinner would have been out of the squad, and that's what you don't want, because obviously in Sri Lanka you will need good spinners in your lineup. So I think, yes, Wasim definitely feeling heartbroken, but for me, I think it's a right choice. I would have gone with the same squad. Going with spin heavy, and then fast bowling. You have Naseem. He has improved. He was not doing well lately, but what I saw in him in ILT20, the way he assess the situation, condition, the way he bowled in the final. I mean, you must have. I mean, I think you have watched it.
Yeah.
The slowness of the pitch and nature of the pitch, his field placing, his bowling into the pitch, that shows that he has grown up mentally. You know, maturity is there. You can see the maturity that he is now assessing the condition. He can assess who's batting and what's his strongest zone and where. So these little things definitely shows how mature you are as a bowler. And then obviously Shaheen Shah is there. Yes, he didn't have good BBL, but again, those pitches were different. Now he's going to bowl in Sri Lanka. If you're a swing bowler, you definitely get some assistance because I played a lot of cricket there. It's quite humid condition. Either you're a spin bowler or you're a medium pacer who can swing the ball. You know the great Shaheen Dawaz who played for Sri Lanka. He used to bowl on 120, 125, but he used to get that in swing, and he got so much success in all format of the game. Mm-hmm. So if you're a medium pacer or fast medium and you can swing the ball, you have all the chances to get success. So I think Pakistan has the only concern would be the death bowling because Naseem and Shaheen, they're not really known for their death bowling. They need Salman Mirza. I think I'm very confident on him as a death bowler, but now since Haris Rauf is not there, he used to play that role. Now let's see how Shaheen and Naseem can fill those boots.
And finally, Sohail, many people feel that Pakistan aren't amongst the favourites going into this tournament. Who do you see as the teams to watch out for? Who do you think will be the ones who could lift that trophy at the end of the tournament?
Look, there are a few teams around the globe who've been playing good cricket lately. You start with South Africa. Australia is always there. New Zealand, they always do well in ICC tournament. Always. India obviously is one of the strongest candidate, and then yes, you can't. I mean, nobody think Pakistan is favorite, but nobody rules Pakistan out as well because we are so. I mean, it's. I know people get tired of listening this. We are unpredictable thing, but that's how it is. We are unpredictable, and that goes in both ways. We can do so well, and we can do so bad on a given day. That makes us a strong candidate because you never know what we come up with.
Sohail, thank you very much for your time, and all the best for the future. Good luck in Canada, and still playing around the world, so good luck with that as well.
Yeah, just rolling my arm and
keeping
myself fit.
Still taking wickets though.
Yeah, man, yeah. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Still enjoying.
Great.
That's what matters, man. As long as you enjoy, you should play.